In the early days of Sodor, there were 6 engines that worked on the railway. Their names were Henry 87546, the red engine, 89462, Gordon, and Edward. Edward was the smallest out of all the other engines. They all lived in the shed together. The other engines were bigger than Edward, and they would boast about it. "The driver won't choose you again," they would say. "He wants big, strong engines, like us." Edward was sad. He had not been out in a very long time. Suddenly, the driver and fireman came along to start work. They looked around to see which engine they would pick for work. Then, they looked and saw Edward and saw how sad he was. "You know, fireman," said the driver, "I think we should take Edward out today." "That's fine with me," said the fireman. They walked over to see Edward. "Would you like to come out today, Edward?" said the driver. "Yes, please," said Edward. So the fireman weighed lots of steam, and the driver pulled the lever, and the turntable had to be turned. And Edward puffed away. The other engines were upset at being left behind. "Oh, the indignity," said Gordon crossly. "Edward's a shunting engine, not an express engine." "I agree," said 98462. At the freight yards, Edward went to get some coaches. "Come along, my dears," said Edward. "We better get going." "Okay, Edward," said the coaches. Edward blew his whistle, and he left the freight yards. At the station, Edward waited for all the people to get into the coaches. Everyone got in, the last door banged, and everyone was ready to go. And he waited for the guard to wave his flag and blow his whistle. But there was no whistle, and no green flag. "Peep, peep, where is that guard?" said Edward. The driver and fireman asked the porter, "Have you seen the guard?" "Yes, I've seen him last night." Then a little boy shouted, "Hey, look, there he is!" The guard was running down to the station holding the flags in his hand and a sandwich in the other. He soon got to the platform, blew his whistle and waved his green flag, and Edward puffed away. Edward had a lovely day. It was a beautiful day. And he did so well, his driver told him that he would call him, take him out again tomorrow. And Edward was excited. That night, Edward steamed into the sheds. I'm going out again tomorrow, Edward said to the other engines that night. What do you think of that? But they didn't care what they thought, for he was so tired and happy that he fell asleep at once. Next morning, Edward woke up to find that nothing had changed. Gordon was still boasting. You watch me, little Edward, as I rush through the express. That'll be a splendid sight for you. Goodbye, little Edward. Look out for me this afternoon. Then Edward puffed off to shunt some trucks. He liked shunting. It was fun playing with the troublesome trucks. He would come up quietly and give them a push. Without stopping, the silly freight cars would bump into each other. Oh, whatever is happening? Edward would do that all afternoon, until there were no trucks. Then he would go and take a rest. Presently, he heard a whistle. Peep, peep. He was pulling a very dirty freight train. A freight train, a freight train, a freight train, he grumbled. The shame of it. The shame of it. Oh, the shame of it. Oh, come on, Gordon. It can't be that bad. Yes, Edward, it is bad. I'm a very important engine. I should be pulling coaches. Edward laughed and went to find some more trucks. Then Gordon found the big hill. Oh my, said Gordon. Oh, said Gordon. Oh, I give up. Come on, Gordon. You're not even trying. I can't do it. The noisy freight car is pulling engine back so. Now, if they were coaches, now that would be different. We'll have to call for help, said the driver. Alright, said the fireman. And they both went to the telephone for help. The yard manager came to see Edward. Gordon can't get up the hill. His child had told me that. Can you help Gordon, please? Okay, said Edward, and he chuffed away. Edward found Gordon halfway up and very cross. You can see that his driver and fireman were talking to him severely. Come on, Gordon, work. No, I don't want to. I just can't do it. Then Edward's driver finally came up. We've come to push. No use at all, said Gordon. You wait and see, replied Edward's driver. So they were coming up behind. Then Edward and Gordon pushed them home. I can't do it. I will do it. I can't do it. I will do it. Gordon got himself on top of the hill. Gordon raced down the hill. Saying, I did it, he said. He didn't even say thank you to Edward. Edward tried to chase Gordon. But Gordon went so fast that he couldn't keep up with him. Edward was tired. He had no breath. He went slowly away to rest in a siding and had a long drink. And his driver said, you know what, Edward? I'm going to get my payout tomorrow and give you a new coat of blue and red stripes. Then you'll definitely be the smartest engine in the shed. Thank you, sir, said Edward. And he went straight back to the sheds. Edward headed back to the sheds, tired but happy. Even though Gordon left without saying a thank you, he had a good day. Gordon, you didn't even say thank you. Humph, said Gordon. I don't even need to thank you. I'm pretty sure I did it by myself. Well, Gordon, then I guess I should tell them that you need my help. And technically, if it wasn't for your ignorance, you probably would have made it up the hill. And all the engines laughed at him. All the engines went to sleep. One of the engines on the railway was Henry. He was afraid of the rain. Oh, I hope it doesn't rain, Henry said. I can't stand it. It'll ruin my lovely green, pink, and red stripes. At least it's a little sunny. Oh. Ah, come on, Henry, said 87546. Don't be worried about the rain. The rain's nothing. It just washes right off. You don't understand my feelings, said Henry. Or my issues. Oh, come on, you'll be fine. Oh, Henry was worried. Come on, Henry, said his driver. We better get ready. Okay, said Henry. And Henry puffed out of the sheds. Well, I gotta go too, said Edward. I gotta get Henry's coaches ready. And Edward puffed away. Edward got to the yards and went to get Henry's coaches. Come along, said Edward. We're coming along, said the coaches. Once, an engine attached to a train was afraid of a few drops of rain. He went into a tunnel and squeezed through its funnel, and never came out again. Come on, Henry, said his driver. Let's go. No, said Henry. I don't want to come out of the tunnel. The rain will spoil my lovely green paint and red stripes. Oh, Henry. Well, if you're not going to come out, then I'm going to need some help. Then Sir Tom Hat came out. Come on, Henry. Get out of the tunnel. No. Well, we'll have to push you out. No. We'll pull you out. Alright then. 1, 2, 3. Pull! Everyone pulled, but they couldn't get Henry out. But they still tried. But then Sir Tower Hat said, my doctor has forbidden me to pull. They pulled, but Henry just wouldn't get out. Alright then, said Sir Tower Hat, we'll push you out. Okay then. 1, 2, 3, push! They pushed and they pushed. Then they frowned at Stonehead again. My doctors also forbid me to push. They pushed, but still. Henry stayed in the tunnel. So Tom had called and got one of the engines to help. The red engine was free, so he was able to help Henry get out of the tunnel. Alright then, I'll be going now. It's about time. I don't like you staying here. You know you do some shunting, but... Oh, be quiet, 9462. I gotta help Henry. And he left the sheds. Well, later. I gotta help Henry. Poor old boy. And the red engine left. Soon, the red engine came and got coupled behind the coaches. Alright, push! The red engine pushed, and he pushed. Henry still stayed in the tunnel. Oh, said the red engine. Come on, Henry. Get out of the tunnel. Oh, I give up. Oh, bother. Oh. Sodor Hat was cross. Sodor Hat went to see Henry. Since you're not gonna be cooperative and get out of the tunnel, we will put a wall around you and put buffers on this rail and put a wall in front of you so that you won't be able to move until you're ready to get out of the tunnel. Henry was sad. Soon, they started building the wall in front of Henry so that he can't get out of the tunnel. Henry was sad. He couldn't do anything. Soon, the soot and dirt and stuff wherever you see in the tunnel started falling onto Henry, ruining his green paint and red stripes. Now he wished he could get out of the tunnel. But did you think he learned his lesson? Well, sometimes Edward would come down the line. He would always say, beep beep, hello. And sometimes he would see Gordon come down the line. Gordon would always say, poop poop, serves you right. Poor Henry was so sad he nearly cried. Do you think he learned his lesson? In a few days since Henry's been stuck in the tunnel, all the others did their usual jobs like coaches and freight trains. Gordon was Pony Express. I'm gonna poop at Henry when I get to the tunnel, he said. Gordon's safety valve bursted. Oh, what has happened to me? You bursted your safety valve, Gordon? Now I can't pull the train anymore. Aw, but we're going so nicely, too. Sir Tom Hat came out. Puh! Mr. Tom Hat. You big engines always break down. Now I'll need another engine. Yes, I'll get Edward to help. Gordon had to go into a siding so he can get out of the way. Edward came to help pull the train. It was so hard. Oh, I can't pull it. Oh no, I can't. I need help. Why not let Henry help out? Said Gordon. Okay, said Sir Tom Hat. I will. Henry, will you help, please? Sure thing, said Henry. Alright, Gordon. Can you move back, please? Yes, sir, said Gordon. And he moved back just enough time. So Sir Tom Hat and some workmen got this all cleared up. Oh, I'm stiff, groaned Henry. Whew. Ugh, I feel great to come back out. So Henry had to go switch around so he can couple up to Edward. Peep, peep, I'm ready, said Henry. Peep, peep, I'm ready too, said Edward. Pull hard, we'll do it. We did it, hooray! Henry and Edward pulled the big express all the way to the station. Then they had to come back to get Gordon. Come on, Gordon, they both said. Let's get you home. Okay. Let's go. And the three engines headed home. So you see, my friends, the railway started with these 6 engines. They all came at many different times. And Gordon, Henry, and Edward became great friends after that last day they had together. And even though Alfred may be a little bit mean at times, especially 87546. But the red engine, he was kind. So, without these 6 engines, the Sodor wouldn't be a successful railway like today. So, it's great that these 6 were here to start this railway. So, that's the story, folks.